Yes.
Now, all the sitting by a shir, with all the, it's a very, very choshev thing to sit with a minion of Yidden, where the Shechina show around them, and to belong to this group that learns a Daf Hayami together. But it's passive. You're sitting there passive and listening. Amar Torah means you put your whole being into it. You work hard on it. The Rambam says that the Torah, or it comes from the Medrash Tanchuma, I think in Parshas Noach, the Medrash Tanchuma, which is Yodua, it's brought in the Akdama of the Shev Shmaitzi, brings it, that he says that Torah Shabbat Peh, it's nikne with a lot of omo, and nidnud sheina, staying awake and not falling asleep. It doesn't have to mean you stay awake till 2, 3 o'clock at night. It could also mean during the day. You could learn like half asleep, or you could learn awake. You could be alert. And it says, and it has in it Tsar Godel, it has Torah Shabbat Peh has in it. To really understand the sugya, to have clarity, you have to work hard. That's called Omar Torah. Of course, I'm always rugged to bring the Rashi in Menachos Daf Vovim Adalef. It says in the Gemara, it tells over there that Rav Chiste Avimi forgot Meseches Menachos. So he went to Rav Chiste to chazer over Meseches Menachos by Rav Chiste, even though he was the Rebbe of Rav Chiste. So Gemara asks, if he was Rav Chiste's Rebbe, why didn't he call Rav Chiste to come to him? So Gemara says, Hochi mistaya milsat fei, like this I'll have more siyata d'shmaya. Rashi says, if he'll go to Rav Chiste, he'll go to his Talmud to learn from him, he'll have more siyata d'shmaya. Says Rashi, why? Mishum yagato matzasa. Rashi calls the going to learn, the walking there, Rashi calls it Yagata Umatzasa. You see from here that every effort that a person makes is called Yigias HaTorah, it's called Amor HaTorah. And the union is that like we said, B'Shem Desfasemis, that to bring in Kedushas HaTorah into the whole person, into the Teilechu, into the lowest part of the person. That's only if you give away something. You sit back and you enjoy it and you relax. So you're not giving, it's not enough, you're not giving away. Torah you have, but you don't have this madrega of Omar Torah that the whole person becomes Torah, you don't have. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to mean working hard in the Gemara. It could be the walking. There's also all kinds of ways. I'd say something like some people, they fall asleep in the middle when they're sitting there. So in order they shouldn't fall asleep, they stand. They learn standing, or a part of the time they try to learn standing, so they won't fall asleep. That standing, that effort to stand, that's Alma Torah. And that brings to Teilechu. And that's what it means, a haredi. That means like this. Alma Torah, somebody that has Alma Torah, what does that show? It shows it's so important to him. He's willing to sacrifice his body to give away comfort. Each one according to his madrega and according to his situation is willing to give away something for Torah. That on such a person rests Kedushas HaTorah and is Zocha for all the brachos. That's what Alma means. Alma means giving something away. Now, Rashi says, Vim lo sishmuli, and they say, somebody once said, everybody remembers this first Rashi. Im b'chukosei teilechu, shetiu amelim b'Torah. Nobody, but everybody forgets the next Rashi later. Vim lo sishmuli, lius amelim b'Torah. And on that it goes 7 levels. Rashi brings from being a frum yid, a haredi, a Baal Tshuva that wears a shtreimel, from that high level of wearing a shtreimel and belonging to the right group, through that, but without Omo Torah, so first it becomes, Rashi says, Pasuk Tezvov, Moes B'Acherim Oshim. Then he says he becomes a Soneach Achomim. Then he tries to stop others from doing. Then he becomes a kofar that Hashem didn't give the mitzvahs. And then he becomes a kofar B'Ikir. And that's Rashi explains. And Rashi, that's not enough for Rashi. Afterwards, he makes a sikum. He says it in short. That we have here 7 levels. Rashi says, Lo Lomad, Lo Osa, Mois B'Acherim Moshim, Zones Achachomim, Monei Zachem, Kofar B'Mitzvahs, Kofar B'Ikir. And this Mechaber that wrote the book, 1 above and 7 below, I didn't understand what he meant with that word. I thought it had something to do with the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur, that he does Achas Lamala V'Sheva Lamata, he sprinkles the dam, Achas Lamala V'Sheva Lamata. I didn't understand what it has to do, so Yeshua Meir told me that it means this, that the one above is Omo HaTorah, and 7 below is without Omo HaTorah. You go down, 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 until being a kofar B'Ikir. But the question is, do you see that those that are not Omo HaTorah are become kofar B'Ikir? You don't see it. You don't see it. Find Jews that are not Omo HaTorah, and they're not kofar B'Ikir. Now the question is, what does it mean, kofar B'Ikir? It doesn't have to mean an apikoros that he goes without a yarmulke and he's kofar B'Ikir. It could be in a very darkistic way. It could also mean a kofar B'Ikir. I would say that somebody that says hallel on Yom Ha'atzmaut is a kofar B'Ikir, a frum person. And I think the Chazon Ish might have said it also. What is somebody like that saying? He's saying, Hodu L'Hashem Ki Tov. Thank you, Hashem, for the good you did to us. Think a minute. Which good did he do to us? That he gave us a state of Israel. A state means that it has laws. What did the laws say? The laws say, be goyish. That's what the laws of the Medina say. There's no law not to be Mechal Shabbos. There's a law that says everybody has to be equal. I mean, you're allowed to be baby, to do all kinds of toevas in public, and nobody can stop you.
Rabbi Kaplan.
What?
Just let me say a word here. We were learning with your Rishus, we were learning in Daf Yomi the other day about the Bias Ezra and the Bias Nehemiah, and somebody in our Daf Yomi share, I think it was me actually, pointed out, isn't it interesting that when Yeshua came and when Nehemiah and Ezra came, they had all of a sudden a Medina and they didn't make a Yom Ha'atzmaut?
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, okay, excuse me.
Yeah. So what is and this Medina, which basically the word Medina state means laws. I think that's the definition of a state, a place that has laws. But these laws are Goyishka laws. Not that, of course, many of the laws you need Seder in the world. You have to make Seder in the world. I know the superficial people that they always attack me, so they're going to attack and say, what do you want? There shouldn't be laws. Everybody should drive through red lights and crash one into the other. No, it's not what I meant. Of course you need laws. But there are plenty of laws that are against the Torah. And this law that the homosexuals could march in the street. Be mefarsim barabim that the toevos are mutter. That is what Medinas Yisrael with its Goyishka laws made. And to come to people, that means it says Yachisu, if Shilim Besoevos Yachisu, the Pasuk says in Parshas Hazina. And toevos, you know what Rashi says there, Mishkav Zoch. That means Yachisuhu. That's Margiz Hashem. Comes this Medinas Yisrael and says, no, it's all right. Now, come these modern Orthodox and they say, on that they say, Hallel Hashem Kitov. That what? That we have a state that has laws that's Yachisuhu. So what are they? Are they apikarsim or are they not apikarsim? The answer is that on the surface they're not apikarsim. Because they believe in Hashem, they put on tefillin, they daven every day. But deep down, they say, yeah, but there's also a place where Hashem doesn't exist, Gebiyachol. And on that we're thanking Hashem that you made a place that you don't exist. It's such a paradox. It reminds me of the concept of chol aponoi. Maybe there's deep sodus in all this. I saw in the Ishbitzer in the Beis Yaakov that he says, the Chazal say that you should, the pasuk says you shouldn't be Aved Avodah Zarah, and in Asher Sadibus Asher B'Shemaim Mimav Asher B'Aretz Mitachas V'Asher B'Yam Mitachas L'Oretz. So he says, so the Gemara says, Afilu Ashilshol Cotton, Afilu some small snail that you worship that's also Avodah Zarah. Says the Ishbitzer that means that you say on this snail that there's no kvot shomayim that comes out of this snail. That means this Hashem's, there's no way how this snail is connected to Hashem's being in the world. So that's the shilshut cotton that's avodah zarah. That means there's one blade of grass that's michutz of kvot shom. How is it? We don't know. Now, somebody that he's not Omo Bat Torah. So what is he saying? What's he Batson saying? Why is he not Omo Bat Torah? We're not talking about there's people that they're living in a dream world. I'm not talking about those people. They're just daydreaming. They're just walking like sleepwalkers. But we're talking about an intelligent person, a bardas. Why doesn't he be Omo Bat Torah? Because he says to himself, I also there's place for me in the world. That means I came home at night. I mean, that reminds me like my balabais of the apartment he was telling me about his father. Old Taimani with long payas from the previous generations. He said he used to work 8 hours in the fields, digging in the fields in Kfar Saba when he first came to this country. And then he would come home and he would sit and learn a few hours. He would sit and learn. How can you do such? Well, first of all, they have some kind of grass that they call gat, that they chew that and it gives them wakes up, it gives a boost. But why should you do that? Why should you sit and learn? Yeah, sit and relax. Take time for yourself. That is the chinuch of the old generation, the Klal Yisrael and old Doros, which now it was given a name Haredim. The chinuch was there is no place for yourself. You worked. The reason why you worked in the field was also for kvod shomayim in some indirect way. That also brings kvod shomayim. You finish that. Now you have to look for making kvod shomayim in a different way. That's by sitting and learning. Not to say that a person doesn't have a right to relax, and if he is relaxed, does relax. So that's also it's kedei. Kol ma'asecha yu l'shem shamayim in the Shulchan Aruch Siman Reish Lamed Aleph. Shulchan Aruch has a whole thing about kol ma'asecha yu l'shem shamayim, and that's what Omo Torah means. Omo Torah means I'm willing to sacrifice from myself for Torah. Not that I'm not. I mean, I should have some shaykhis to this madriga, mashu, connection to what I'm talking about. At least if we talk about where there maybe there's hope that we'll get to it someday. But not to talk about it is not any better. Now, somebody that he says, no, I finished working. Now I'm going to enjoy myself. Let's say somebody has a television at home. What's television made for? It's made nowadays. There's other kalim. What's it made for? It's made for to be able to sit down and relax and enjoy what you see. I mean, but you're supposed to learn Torah in that time. So what? You say it's too hard. I'm tired. They go rest up. What kind of business watching television? Or nowadays, this I'm talking like an old-fashioned person. Nowadays, there's iPhones. You sit with the iPhone and you connect. You see what's going on in the whole world. That's the opposite of Omo Torah. He's not willing to sacrifice anything for Torah. That means, and not willing to sacrifice for Torah, even in the
Rabbi Kaplan, we're going to take another break. 1 second.